Hey, what's happening? Man,
I, I, I
Hatim,
want to experiment.
what's wrong with you, man?
I want to experiment the world upside down.
Why? What's
Well, I want to see the world in a different perspective.
that's weird. Have you done any gymnastic in your life?
Well, that's a long story.
Ha, I would like to hear that.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. How are you?
I'm fine. It's good to see you up straight, eye to eye, nose to nose, and it's really good to see you like this, you know?
Well, you never know until you try it, Ali. You should try handstand one day and see how it feels.
Oh, maybe I would like to learn.
Inshallah. And today is the day. We have a special guest. But before we introduce our special guest, why is my head bigger than yours?
Because I think you fell while you were doing your handstand.
No. Today it looks bigger.
How about now?
Again, now it's better. Now it's better. Okay, now it's better. So go ahead, Ali, and introduce our special guest for today.
Well, I think we're not going to introduce him right now, but we will be asking him questions, and those questions will be an introduction to him. But all I can say, he is FAHAD Al-ABRI, and he's known as the Caveman.
Hey.
Assalamu alaikum, Fahad. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Thank you for hosting me in your show, man. Thank you for having me in your show.
Thank you for accepting the invitation. I think it's a very special moment. We've been looking for you for a very long time, and we know that you travel a lot to see the world and to pass on your message. And today we're here to talk about your message, Fahad. To start off, Fahad, I'm really curious to know about the name Caveman. What does it mean and how did it start?
Okay, so actually the intention when I started the page of a caveman, I wanted to connect the human movement with nature. And I saw only the caveman as a character was able to connect the human to nature. But then the caveman got evolved to be hamster. And it was too late to change the name.
Okay. But it works.
It worked.
I'm sure a lot of people, Fahad, they don't know your name. They just call you Caveman. Is it?
Yes.
Or the man who stands upside down.
The man who stands upside down. You have the handstand man, the caveman. There is no Fahad anymore in this. But what I have to say is caveman has become my alter ego. Like Batman and Bruce Wayne.
Yes.
Fahad and caveman. So that becomes my alter ego character, yeah.
So when do you turn into caveman? Is it when you do upside down, when you do the handstand? Is that when you become a caveman, or what is it? Like, because Batman wears his stuff, costume, he becomes Batman. What about you?
To me, it's a very good question. Usually now I am in the caveman mindset. A caveman is a mindset. Caveman is a philosophy it's a philosophy of a mindset. Is when you are trying to interact with any idea or when trying to interact with any subject around you, and you want to promote seeing things from a different perspective, I associate the caveman as the alter ego.
MashaAllah. Fahad, I believe for every success story, there is a beginning. And I'm really interested to know, I haven't asked you this before, but I'm sure there is a beginning for the story when you first did the handstand for the first time. and it became a reality and an idea that you wanted to continue the rest of your life doing this. So how did it all start?
Wallahi, it's a very deep question, but let's just put it this way. First, when I started the handstand, I didn't learn it from a young age. I learned it from my early 20s. And
Okay.
back then, the handstand to me was more of a challenge in fitness, how to balance on my arms, nothing more than this. But after falling many times on my head and my shoulder and my back, I realized that the handstand, it's a stand that requires so much effort to be able to perform it and to perfect that. And that gave me a better understanding. If you really want to stand in any idea, you want it to be successful in it, you have to fall many times in it.
Mm.
Yes.
So the
Very
idea
true.
has evolved. Yeah, the idea has evolved from a challenge to a concept. Then I
Yes.
asked myself, what am I gonna do next? I realized as much how I was very passionate in self-challenging and fitness and traveling. I said to myself, why do I not put them all into one concept? To handstand as I'm traveling, and to me it was more about sharing my passion more than anything else. So whenever I go and travel, was sharing what I really passionate about. And back then, I kept the handstand as my passion. Now,
Yes.
was I really aware of what I'm really doing? Not really. It was still a growth in the idea. It was still a growth in the concept. But then I realized as how much I'm handstanding, I'm sharing my passion, there is an inside hidden meaning on that. And that inside hidden meaning on that opened to me the philosophy of the perspective of why is it important to see things from a different perspective? Why is it important to have the concept upside down? And as I'm teaching as well in the workshops and handstands and training classes, I realized the handstand was not only a physical barrier, it was also a psychological barrier. Some people, they are physically fit, but mentally not fit. And that
Mm.
brought also my attention to a deeper understanding that not many of us is really willing to accept to stand out of their comfort zone. They have to be mentally prepared for it. And this is where all started. And that giving me more deeper meaning to what I'm doing more than a handstand. I realized to stand in any idea, it's not necessarily a handstand, but to stand in any idea, you have to have the mindset of standing and accepting to get out of your comfort zone. To stand in any idea, you have to accept that you will fall more than anyone else to be successful in it. And most likely, the most important thing, you have to believe in your idea as how much is silly it is. And yes, I got so much criticism before from my families, close friends. Fahad, what are you doing? You're traveling and you're handstanding, then what? But you know, this is what life is. Every journey and every trip you're taking, there's a growth process. The meaning grow with you, the philosophy grows with you, and that creates a bigger meaning along with your passion package and your skills as well.
Now, for those who have not tried the handstand before, Fahad, how long does it take for a person to learn a proper handstand?
This is a very good question. So the handstand in the first thing, what I want people to look at it before they're looking at it as a move, I want them to look at it as a body awareness, how much they are aware of the body. Do they know that their hands
Yes.
are able to carry their weight? Are they aware if they have any blood circulation problems? Are
Mm.
they aware how to place things? Are they aware how to move their hip? Many of us, you'll be surprised that they are not actually aware of their body movement. So the answer to your
Yes.
question is it comes back down personal to how much they are aware of their body capability and capacity. And many of us mixing it by being lazy or slacking by being aware. I have seen many fit people that they are not lazy, but yet they are not aware of their body movements, meaning
Yes.
their central nerve system is not being able to recognize their bodies when they do. For example, sometimes I will make fit people to handstand, but then the thing is, they will not realize where are their legs. They don't know how to control their legs. And that's just simply because they are not aware in that dimension how to control their feet. or how to control their legs. And that's where their body awareness comes in place. And that's why practice is important. And I can even do a small exercise with you guys now, and you will realize how much a practice is important in body awareness. And it's not all the time it's physical. There is a connection between your mental and your physical to get that body awareness in place.
I'm interested in this exercise. Interested.
Yes.
Okay,
let's do it. Let us do it.
Let's give it a
try. Yes,
try.
let us do it.
So imagine this. You're going to bring your right finger forward. You're going to bring your left finger forward. And you want to draw one forward and one backward. The opposite. You want them the opposite, not at the same phase. No, one is forward and one is backward at the same time.
Forward, backward. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. See, Ali. So what I want you guys to do, look, you can go. I can even go slow with it. So yeah. So there is no physical barrier here. It's mental, and the more practice you do, the better you are. So this is what practice is. Practice is about making you more connected physically, and strengthen the body connectivity, and to make you more aware of what you're doing. Yes.
I can go on every day.
That's good. It's a good exercise. It's good exercise for body connectivity. Yeah, and handstand is about body connectivity after all, especially from a physical perspective. It's about body connectivity. The more you are able to connect more muscles and joints together, the less effort will become and more control you will have at it.
I love the idea of you being able to, I would say, maybe communicate with your body. Like each part of your body that you're moving, actually you're thinking about it and you're trying to communicate with it, and it doesn't happen randomly.
Yes. Sometimes when you become very professional in any move, you'll be able to move without thinking. For example, when we play football, sometimes someone will give us a pass and someone will shoot, you will not think. Your legs will move immediately, and that becomes part of even of your central nerve memory. And this is what you do after many practice and after many repetitive moves. The movement becomes natural.
Have you done any yoga before? Or is there any connection between them?
I mean, yoga, capoeira, karate, kickboxing, they are all branded movements, but for different purposes. You get me?
Yes.
Yes, I have done yoga practices. I'm certified yoga instructor even for kids. I'm a boxer as well, K1 fighter, but it's something I don't really always promote because I'm having my own peaceful path. I don't promote violence, but I enjoy it as a sport. And I practice many different sports, and calisthenics and running is one of my strongest skills, like body weight movements and athletics. But then again, a person have to put a purpose to why they move, and movement is very important. You cannot deny movement from your body. You cannot deny movement from your system. You have to realize that there is a reason why we do have hands and legs. Is basically we have to use them as a tool to release our energy. Because if you do not release your energy physically, your energy will be transmit inside of you in a different way. Could be transmit as a fat, could be transmit as a stress, you know. So movement is not always an exercise. Movement also could be an expression.
Very true, very true. We have a comment from Asma Ashukri. It says, most of the time, it is very difficult to leave our comfort zone. Very true.
True, it's a mindset, and it's very important to train ourselves to get out of the comfort zone. If you want to have a positive impacts and positive change, it only happens out of the comfort zone. Because once you get out of your comfort zone, you create something, we call it effort. That effort will have a reward. But if you stayed in your comfort zone, you create no effort, there is no return of investment of your energy.
Wow.
Whether it's financially or physically, yeah.
Fahad, what is the reaction of people when they see you in the streets doing the handstands? Especially kids. I'm sure they get excited.
Wallahi, kids, they will be happy. They will always would love to handstand next to me. They will always wonder. They will be amazed. Oh, how is this guy handstanding? Oh, I want to do like this. It's always positive. It's always positive. And it's nice to inspire kids. And to be honest, I have dedicated my journey to inspire kids, because kids really need a true inspirational for them. And I'm trying my best. I'm not saying I'm the best, but I'm trying my best to be inspirational to them and to make them happy, but at the same time to see that there are some things they thought it's impossible, but it is possible.
Subhanallah.
And I see the video you've taken in Pakistan, is it? Or
in
Yes.
Pakistan?
Yes. So this is a charity in Pakistan.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Now, Fahad, this brings us to the idea of traveling. I think you linked now traveling with your passion of handstand. What has traveling added to you as a person with this ability of doing the handstands? I want you to share with us your experience.
Okay. So when it comes to the handstands is a skill that grabs so much attention. When you do a handstand in the middle of the street, people will immediately look at you because it's something unusual, or sometimes could be very challenging. It brings so much attention. From the fact that it brings so much attention, and it's something very positive, not something negative, which could make people laugh, which could make people inspired, which could make people feel happy, but at the end, it's positive. It become a very interesting icebreaker. I use it. It's an icebreaker, and this icebreaker opened to me a conversation with the people around me, whether they are adults, whether they are young. So I use the handstand as an icebreaker from that aspect. And then once they wondered why did I do it in the first place, which is, if I'm going to translate it, why did I grab that much of attention and why did I pick this move? Then I will tell them what I'm doing and what is the message behind it and what I'm trying to symbolize.
Yes.
But the handstand, I used it as a tool to break through cultures. And movement is universal. It's not complicated. I think the strongest language is body language. And the body language, everyone will understand it, everyone will feel it. And so I don't have to speak French, I don't have to speak Chinese, I don't have to speak whatever language, but this becomes my universal language. But then again, since it breaks the ice, then I start to bridge my vocal communication, which sometimes could be funny, sometimes could be awkward, but it makes a positive start.
Fahad, has it ever happened that once when you are traveling in one of these countries, you do a handstand and then someone else shows up who also does a handstand, and there's a link, the language of handstand, people get excited,
Absolutely.
3 people, 4 people. Yeah, has this ever happened?
Absolutely. So when you go to places that sometimes usually recognized as a place, they love activity and they love to practice exercises. In my occasion, it was Goa. It was in India. I went to Goa, and Goa happened to be one of the places that they like to teach yoga. So when I did a handstand in the beach randomly, I saw 2 yogis also. They are trying to learn the handstand, but at the same time, it's kind of connected like-minded people, and somehow we started to want to do handstand together. So that's one scenario. Yeah. Another scenario was in Milan. In Milan, I wanted to handstand in front of the Duomo. It's a very big cathedral they had in Milan. And then when I'm trying to handstand, I handstand, and I saw one guy actually was a very great circus performer. And he handstanded next to me, and it was amazing. Now, people will ask me, Fahad, are you the best person to handstand? Not really, no. I'm not the best person in the world to handstand, but I am the most person in the world who believed in the handstand could be as an icebreaker through cultures.
And we've seen some pictures here of you. This is the first one that you're doing it on stage. I think this was a TED Talk, if I'm not mistaken.
No, this was in the International Volunteering Forum. I was honored to be the only Omani and the only person out of 80 countries to give a speech in front of 4,000 people about the importance of volunteering.
Mashallah.
Yeah. Beautiful. And because of this, what I am doing is, I always, because I told you the body language is very strong, I always stand on what I believe in. So every speech I do, I finish my speech with a handstand.
Mm.
And when I finish a handstand, it became part of the message that you have to stand out of your comfort zone to see things differently. Some people, they don't catch the words, but when you do the words and the move, like this, you get their attention, and then they understand what you're doing.
I have a very intriguing question. All these pictures, Fahad, it seems like there's someone who is following you and taking the pictures on your behalf. Who does that?
Okay, so this is a very good question. So this is most of the time are random people.
Random
See,
people,
once the handstand, once the handstand becomes an icebreaker, people will be more than welcome to be part of your story or part of your journey, or they want it. So this is random people.
And I think they want to take pictures. They want to take the pictures for themselves too, I guess, and keep it as a memory.
Yeah, also, it's possible. But some photos, I have some great photos I've been taking. So this one was with the great photographer here, Abu Ka'b, one of the great photographers here in Oman. Yeah, but the majority of the photos was self-taken by a GoPro.
Wow.
Like this one. This is a GoPro.
Beautiful.
Yeah, this is the Taj Mahal.
You are
so
exactly
far
in the
I have
center.
completed. Yeah. So when I'm self-taught, when I take the photo by myself, usually I can center myself because I'm using my phone to look where I'm standing. I don't think you can see the phone very clear, but it's not.
Yeah.
This one was taken with a very professional photographer.
This is a bit risky. Hatim, even if you do a handstand, will you be able to do this?
Let me do a handstand first, and then talk about
In fact, that was a question by Muntasir al-Zijjali. Said, Hatim and Ali, can you do a handstand? Hatim, can you do a handstand?
I actually used to do. I used to be in the gymnastic national team in the 90s.
MashaAllah.
Oh.
And I used to do the best move in the gymnastics that I really loved was the handstand. I used to do it every single day, even as an adult. But in the past 2 years, I got a disc injury, which deprived me from my passion of handstand. So I stopped doing handstand. I can actually do it, but I am just afraid of the injury that I have, and I don't do it anymore.
Okay.
Was it more of a disc or a muscle strain?
No, it's a disc. It's a disc.
Okay.
Oh, and do you also eat like this?
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. I think yeah, that was a mistake. So how do you normally sleep then?
Wallahi, I sleep, yes, like this. That's exactly how I sleep.
You must be related to Batman.
Yeah, I'm going to say, after all, Batman wasn't a faraway example of me.
I got a bit excited about question and seeing you doing the handstand. Let me try and do it now. Let me just see before you ask any questions.
Okay.
Let me try. Let me try. Let me see if I can do it.
Ali, if you get hurt, then nobody will take you to the hospital.
I put my t-shirt in, so you
know. Ali, warm up, Ali. Ali, warm up.
Warm up, Ali.
The ambulance is for Ali.
Hey,
oh, mashallah.
Here we are. Yes. Here we are.
Did it.
Ali,
I did it.
Nice.
Ali, congratulations, Ali. If you need Vicks and deep heat, I have it. I'll give it to you.
Ouch. Oh, man.
Ali, can you put one of the pictures of Fahad doing the handstand? I have a question about any picture. Not this one. Not this one. The handstand. Okay. Fahad, I notice every time you do the handstand, you look at the other direction. You don't look at the camera.
True.
Is there a purpose for that?
Yes. So I'm using literally the handstand as a concept to symbolize seeing the world from a different perspective.
Okay.
See, if I'm seeing to the direction of the camera, I'm killing the purpose. But if I'm facing
Okay.
the word upside down, here I am really literally symbolizing this. So I'm always trying to symbolize this message, seeing the world from a different perspective. And it's very important to me because this is how the concept of a handstand becomes of seeing the world from a different perspective. You're looking at the world from that side, you're upside down, and then you can get whatever photo or dynamics or place or location you're at. I had rivals. I had international rivals. One of my rivals was from Mexico, but
MashaAllah.
I bet him because my philosophy was stronger. And then there was someone from England, but he was more of he just I think started very recent, but so far I believe I am the only one, alhamdulillah, yani, so far who's doing this journey. And if I completed now 10 more cities, I'll be maybe probably the first person in the world as an Omani Arabi who is
MashaAllah.
leading a message through a movement.
Wow.
MashaAllah.
And
MashaAllah.
I think
Yeah.
we can you're seen in different places actually. I guess maybe in the
Yeah.
middle of the sea. I'm not sure. And
Yes. Sometimes, yes.
and
The
I
middle.
think you've been into Mission Impossible. I don't know what you were doing when Tom Cruise was trying to steal. I'm not sure why you were standing there. What was I don't understand, man.
I think some yeah.
Angry Bird.
I think that's a very great picture of reality. This is what's happening.
Now,
I mean, you
now,
will
what
find a middle
about?
scenario.
Yeah, what about Lord of the Rings? I don't understand why when Gollum was there speaking to Frodo, they cooking, and suddenly there was the caveman behind them. What was the caveman doing?
Yeah,
And I don't think that was
the
the right
caveman
place for in Gollum's perspective. It wasn't that where you should be. You should be somewhere in there.
somewhere in there. Well, I'll do my best to be far away from Gollum, unless if I have eyes on the rings.
Fahad, I want to ask you, how many countries did you visit doing the handstand? And at the same time, I want to ask you, in any of these countries, have you ever been stopped from doing the handstands anywhere?
That's a very good question. So I have covered 40 countries and 56 cities around the world doing a handstand. Now,
MashaAllah.
interesting enough, the handstand, it's all the time 90% positive move. But in some cultures, when you handstand and you're facing your feet up to the sky, some of them, they might find it disrespectful in that concept. So if you're going to a religious place, you have to pay attention that you have to make your practice clear, meaning if you're going to do a handstand or anything else, you have to explain why you're doing it. And also, you have to ask permission. So when I come to a religious place, any religious place, the first thing I do is I ask permission. I explain myself why am I doing it. I don't just go there
Okay,
and I do it like this, whether it's
perfect.
Islamic or Christian, any religion, because that shows respect. That shows respect, and respect is a universal language as well.
True.
Yeah.
Very true.
Any difficult moments that you faced during
Yeah.
your journey?
I faced actually, in Taj Mahal, for example. In Taj Mahal, the challenge was some people, they might find it disrespectful to handstand like this, but it was most likely the photographers. They wanted me to pay them to take the handstand, but they were so upset why I'm taking the handstand and I'm taking photos by myself. So sometimes you might get some mixed messages. These mixed messages, basically, you would think you're doing something wrong, but it's actually not something wrong. The people want you to be part of their economic cycle or idea cycle. In this case, you have to that's why you have to communicate that. And to me, I didn't know that. I went there, I handstand, it looked very nice, positive, but some people was irritated. And when I realized who are these people that they are irritated, I realized they are the photographers.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
okay. That's a bit strange.
No, it's not strange. It's the reality. When you go to a touristic places, and it's sensitive, and you're seeing the unusual, and you are not cooperating with the people who's supposed to be cooperated with in those sensitive places, these people will see you negative, despite the fact that they're photographers or not, even if they were guides.
Now, Fahad, a very important question that you might be asked in your journeys: where are you from?
Okay.
And when you
I'm
tell
from
them that
Oman.
you're from Oman, yeah, what is the
Yes.
response? Do people know actually where is Oman?
Not really. Not many people knows what Oman is, to be honest with you, which is quite good in one way and bad in one way. I mean, it's a good way that Oman was never really wanted to be the center of attention, which is really nice. This is what give us peace. This is what keeps us out of the negative media, and especially nowadays media. If you go see all the TV channels, with all respect, with all names of these channels, they are always bringing negative news, and I don't think Oman would want to be part of it. I think as an Omani,
Yes.
I'm very proud that Oman is keeping the image clean and not loud, because that gives us
Yes.
the opportunity. That gives us the opportunity to do the good to people, to do the positive impact in any place we go to, without being loud about it. And I think that becomes part of our Omani character, is to do something good and we keep it in silence. And people ask where we are from Oman, but we are not going to brag about it. Hey, احنا عمانيين, احنا من عمان, من عمان. لا. صح. احنا عمانيين, and we do something good, and we always leave a good impact in any place we go without making a noise. We are not a culture of noise. We are a culture of good deeds, and once we were a great empire as well.
That's very true. That's
Yes.
very true. Fahad, I think before we move to our next topic, which will be answering a few questions from the viewers, I would like you to hang up and join again, because you're a little bit freezing. So yeah. So just try to rejoin again. I'll hang you up and then you can join. Okay. Hatim, hey, do you want to do handstand?
Hey.
Is that why you're wearing dishdasha? So you don't want to do it, huh? It's an excuse not to do it.
Well, if you know the reality inside me, I really love handstand and I missed it so much. But in the past 2 years, I've tried once to do it,
Yeah.
and I felt pain. And I felt pain, so I decided not to do it again until maybe I heal completely. Inshallah.
Okay. Inshallah. So let us just get our friend back. There we go. Here he is.
Better?
Yeah, I think it's better. Yeah. So now what we're going to do is we'll take a few comments from our viewers. We have, yeah, that's a good question by Asma Ash-Shukri. She's asking, are you a public speaker and do you do that for a living? So maybe that will give me a question to ask you, what do you do for a living?
Okay, the best way to answer this question, I am a freelance. I'm more like a cowboy. Okay.
Oh, beautiful.
والله I'm more of a cowboy. يعني I don't really have a job.
صراحة, bravo.
والله بس يعني so I'm a personal trainer. One of my strength skills, I'm a personal trainer. Advanced personal trainer.
Fahad, can I rephrase that? You're not a freelance. You're not a you're not a freelancer. You are a free man.
A free man.
True.
Yes.
I like that, Hatim. I love that, Hatim.
Yes. With nobody to nag you.
No, and no nagging shall put me down. I'm a personal trainer. My specialties are more likely about movements, running, and martial arts. So I'm very specialized on these fields. But to be more precise, I'm more passionate about movement and rehab. So people who have knee pain problems, lower back pain problems, they don't know how to run.
Here we go, Hatim. Here we go. Here we go.
That's your
customer. Yes. Your customer.
Yes.
Well done.
Um, public speaking, yes. I have been having the honor to give 3 TED Talks, some of them in Oman, some of them
MashaAllah.
outside of Oman.
Mm.
I've been also giving talks in the International Volunteering Forum. I've been also giving a speech in the World Youth Forum. I was also a mentor for social entrepreneurs. How do they put strategies to create campaigns?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Alhamdulillah, يعني recently was so much into the environment since the environment needed so much awareness. And also we founded Move Green Oman, if you heard about Move Green and the song مطلوب للعدالة يا تارك القمامة.
You need to tell
So
us about them. You need to tell us about them.
yes, so this is what I do. Yani part of me could be a musician, part of me could be a speaker, part of me could be a person, but we are cowboying the situation and we accept opportunities.
So tell
Yeah.
us about the Green Oman move.
So the Move Green Oman, the way how it started, there is a song called مطلوب العدالة. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's
We heard about it.
You might need to
But
sing it for us, man.
خلاص, we'll sing it for you guys. Um, it started from a song مطلوب العدالة, and the intention was just to bring a positive awareness, because most of the awareness about the environment was negative. It was dark. People are all the time complaining. People are all the time being negative. People all the time pointing fingers on each other. Whose responsibility is this? This is supposed to be that. This is supposed to be this. So I said to myself, I'm not really going to focus on the negativity. I will have
Yeah.
2 focuses. One focus is something positive. The second focus is something for the kids. I know our
yes,
hopes is in our next coming generation. So I have to give them something small and simple. And I made the song مطلوب العدالة يا تارك القمامة. I will sing it for you guys. I'm going to bring my ukulele.
Okay.
okay.
Man, I wish we have a subtitle here so people can read whatever he's going to sing. But anyway,
The melody is enough.
yeah. Here we go.
Ali,
Yeah.
can you please arrange your saxophone? and I'll arrange the drums.
مطلوب للعدالة يا تارك القمامة. مطلوب للعدالة الأرض علينا أمانة. مطلوب للعدالة يا تارك القمامة. مطلوب للعدالة الأرض تريد إجابة. So it's more of a jingle. It's more of a jingle.
I like the wordings.
You know, FAHAD, one of the companies, I think it was BIA, they came to do a presentation in our company about the environment, and they played this song. And I don't know if you have a partnership with them or not, but I was
Wallah.
surprised that a corporate company, they're so open-minded that they're taking the ideas of young people and implementing them in their strategies, which is an amazing thing to do.
Wallahi, BIA as a company, to be honest, they were very positive, and they had so much hopes in the youth, which is something encouraging. However, and to be honest, I didn't really made any kind of exclusivity to the song or the jingle. I wanted it to be a mechanism of collaboration. I wanted it to be a message to spread to everyone. I don't own this planet. I don't own this earth. If there is a way of a message to spread this, and this is nice and catchy, why not?
Why
It's
not?
all
Why
about
not?
sharing love. It's all about sharing love to Earth or Oman, yani.
What was the
To
impact on the
me,
children?
wallahi, it's beautiful to see children singing it and to police their parents, and at the same time to clean up the beaches. So yeah, I think art is beautiful. The fact that it reduced the negative impact. It reduced the negative impact. We stopped pointing at each other, and we start to see people really making some positive impact, especially the kids. We used to think parents will teach the kids for a better society. This little jingle or a song, it was an eye opener for me that made me realize that kids are the responsible people to change society. not us.
And I think this song actually should be sung in schools, let's say every mornings in the gathering.
Wallahi, to be honest, I'll be so happy if I hear it. Although now in Jordan, I was in Amman. 2 weeks ago, and they're starting to teach it now in schools. I'm just waiting for a video to come.
Oh, great.
Yes.
Might need to share it with us.
Inshallah, and if it boomed in Amman, in Jordan, Amman somehow becoming the central Arabic modern education. معناته you will find people from Palestine, you will find people from Egypt, you'll find people from all the neighborhood Arabic countries start to sing it, and that's beautiful. And I would wish if Oman, yani, start to sing it, these people sing it in school. It's a nice wording, very simple, very basic, nothing complicated about it.
Exactly.
And the message is very straightforward.
Yeah, and you don't need a ukulele to sing it. Anybody can do that.
Absolutely.
But please, Ali, don't sing it. Your voice is terrible. Not anybody can sing it. Ali, accept you, please.
I love you, Ali. Sing it, man. Sing it. Yes.
Don't ruin the show.
أنت مطلوب للعدالة.
Here is one information. Here's one information I want to share with you guys. Although this interview is in English, although I'm a big fan of the Arabic language.
Yeah.
In the Arabic language, we have the word amana. Do you know what amana is? Amana is to take the thing and to retain it back better than before, or the same at least. There is no word in English. There is no word in English like that.
Wow.
Subhanallah.
There's no, and this is why if you looked at our bodies, it doesn't belong to us. Earth doesn't belong to us. As much how we are trying to empower ego and ownership, our ownership is only going to be about how to leave the place better than before. It's not about how to own the place, because nobody is going to live forever. And amana, see, it's a word comes from Arabic. I didn't until now, and this is a challenge even for the audience. If they find a meaning for the word amana in English, please do let me know, because I'm desperate. Because if that happened to be true, that the word amana, only in the Arabic language, it's there. That shows you how strong is the Arabic language can be leading a lots of changes in our society.
I like how you put it, and you put your body as an example. You've been Allah has given you the body. This is your body. It's a gift for you. Now, when you leave it better than how it was before, not the other way around.
Everything.
Subhanallah.
Everything. Even your impact around you. Nobody's gonna live forever. So the best thing you can do is just leave it better than before.
That's deep.
I think Fahad, the message is very good and amazing, because a lot of times we Arabs especially are very proud of other cultures and forget the treasures that we have ourselves, and especially when it comes to the Arabic language, which is very rich. You have just mentioned one word that doesn't have a translation, but actually there are hundreds and thousands of words in the Arabic language which don't have a translation in any other language. That's how profound the Arabic language is. But my question to you, Fahad, is that you're a young man coming from Oman who was born and raised in Oman, and a lot of young people in your age don't have this concept of preserving the environment, thinking about the next generations, being responsible, the concept of amana. Okay, how did this concept develop in you? I mean, I'm sure maybe someone influenced you, or maybe the environment you were raised, or maybe you have a role model, or something in your life that intrigued inside you this sense of responsibility.
Wallahi, to be honest,
so many questions.
no. I'm gonna answer them in a very basic way. But Ali and Hatim, I'll tell you something. A person who struggles a lot, will start to discover themselves more. And I struggled really, really a lot. And what did that taught me? It taught me that I have to strengthen my connection with myself, to make peace with myself. And that's gonna question my existence in this life and the values of my life. But also, the reflection of my connection with myself will also affect the way how I connect with things around me, like the environment, people, society. You got me? So from coming down to this understanding, once you connect with yourself better, once you face your emotions, because we're living in a very artificial world, nobody wants to face their emotion. Everyone wants to look better, but nobody wants to know what's under their skin. You got me? And this is very deep. And yes, you have to be deep sometimes to understand what your values and what's your life purpose. But I truly invite everyone who's watching this to start to look inside them and to face their emotions, not to ignore them, and to look for something else to replace it. This is going to help you to connect with yourself better, but also will help you to connect with things around you better, like the environment and etc. Don't look always on the shiny things and the blinky things and the brands and etc. This is an endless
materialistic
circle.
world.
Yes, endless circle. And most of the time, they will distract us from the way how we feel and face ourselves. If you're going to ask me, how did I reach this? I really had to face myself. And it's not easy, it's hard. It's ugly, it's painful, but pain creates people.
True.
I like what you said about living this artificial life, because unfortunately, a lot of us today live in a very big bubble. And one day this bubble is going to burst and we're going to face reality. Because now the way we live is everybody wants to impress someone else. While the reality is you should only impress yourself. You shouldn't
100%.
bother about impressing other people.
100%.
And that's why
reality.
all of us are wearing masks.
Exactly. Reality is about facing yourself. If someone wants me to translate what reality is, go in front of the mirror and look at yourself.
The
Face
man in
yourself.
the mirror. True.
Understand how you feel. But if you're going to do it for someone else, you are forever to ignore who you are. And we all do mistakes.
Yes.
It's okay. We all do mistakes. We all do problems. We all have regrets. We all have a new beginning. But every time you want to give a value to yourself, you have to start to look at yourself.
And
Definitely.
it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to please even others. It doesn't matter how much you give from yourself to others. And if you ignore yourself, at the end of the day, it's you who's going to be living with yourself. Others might leave you.
Person have to question. Person have to question. Person have to question why they feel like this. Person have to question if this is their life purpose. People have to understand that all of us, we are insecure in one way or another. All of us. Nobody is perfect.
True.
There is only one person is perfect. Maybe not. الإله هو الكمال لله.
كمال لله.
احنا كلنا ناقصين. Once you start to accept that, that is the moment where you start to deal with the reality.
True.
Well,
actually, nobody is perfect. Nobody is perfect.
Actually, Fahad, you translated a very important verse that a lot of people ignore today. We read our book, the Quran, every day, and we don't stop at this verse. The verse says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الله لا يغير ما بقوم حتى يغيروا ما بأنفسهم. Verily, Allah will not change the condition of people until they change the condition of themselves.
True.
And that's where we start, with ourselves.
Yes. 100% true. It's all there.
I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us the strength to look into ourselves and to focus in ourselves and stop this obsession with others, an obsession to be perfect, obsession to want to look better, to want to look greater, to want to look prettier. It's all a big illusion. And
Yes,
one
and
day we're going
distraction
to regret.
Yes,
We're going to
this
regret
illusion will
these
distract
moments.
you. Yeah, this
Yeah,
illusion will
yeah.
distract you, and once it distracts you, you lose time. So it's time to get inward. We are so much giving times outward. We're focusing about outside. Start to look inside.
Yes. Now let us go back to the handstand. What are some of the experiences that you went through because of handstand that added something to your life? I mean, Fahad today is different than Fahad yesterday because of the handstand. Okay, so tell us about some of these experiences, Fahad.
So, to be honest, it was a self-development journey, physically and mentally. During these handstands, as I'm traveling and meeting different cultures and experiencing as an idea and experiencing it even as a concept, I realized that the handstand didn't only give me a value of a physical ability, but also it gave me the ability to express myself and to strengthen myself mentally. I
Yes,
realized we as a human, we cannot deny our mental approach and we cannot deny our physical approach. They are all connected. You will face a world that will always try to separate your mental abilities from your physical abilities. But I will tell you something, if you want to live like a human, they are all the times connected. So it's, which can bring you down to one conclusion, it's about balance. And again, I'm using the handstand to symbolize balance because it's one of the hardest way to stand in a
yes.
balanced matter. So whatever you're training, you're doing a workout, you're doing exercise, you're doing self-development, you have to start to create purpose for your life. And this is one of the things that the handstand also taught me. After learning the skill and becoming good in the skill and traveling with the skill, the question was, what's next?
What's
And
next?
what's next? And that's a scary question to me sometimes, because we don't know. If we have no purpose in your life, you will always we will keep repeating what you're doing, and then you're gonna be hooked in a routine. And this routine will not allow you to grow. So again, once you feel like you got distracted and you hooked in a routine, you have to face yourself again one more time. And that will help you to create a purpose based on your previous background, based on your previous challenges, based on your previous problems. And you got to ask yourself one question. If you want to live this world in a better way, how would you make it? And perhaps that could really open to you a life purpose that will help you and help others to become better. And this is what I made it, and I called to myself a purpose because it brings a bliss. And a bliss to me is anything that will bring something good for me and good for others at the same time.
Yeah, what I also understand from what you're saying is that we have to give a lot of time for ourselves. As an example, because of the busy life that we're going through now, even the prayers that we perform, I don't know how much focus and concentration we have when we pray because of how we are attached to the outside to the outside world. In fact, instead of focusing on ourselves and our souls, I think that apart from prayer is maybe, you try to stay with yourself or give yourself some time to be with yourself and not to be attached to even any human beings. I think that will bring that focus and give you the purpose of living. Because if you're in a busy life, you will just be walking and running in a rat race, not knowing how to come out of it. But if you give to yourself that focus, that time, you will have purpose. And even when you pray, you will have that khushu' because now you know, why am I standing? Who am I standing in front of? I don't want to sound as a preacher, but...
You're already sounding like a preacher.
Thanks Hatim. Thanks Lu'ay. Also preach again. Yes.
You see, I'm not the only one. Everybody thinks that you're preaching, Ali. أحس كأنه خطبة جمعة.
I think we have also from Love for Humanity. Brother, what do you tell those who believe that spirituality is an obstacle for materialistic progress?
Yes, I would say they didn't face their emotions. There is something we call it rebound. Not necessarily from a romantic perspective. It is your relationship with everything around you. With your car, with your business, with your friendship, even with your loved ones. There's something we call it a rebound. And basically, rebound happened when you don't face your emotions. You just jump to something that you think it's better for you because the way how it looks, and that's where the material value is, but not the way how you feel. The moment you jump in that, of course, you will face reality and you will get disappointed, and it will force you to face yourself again one more time. So yes, absolutely, they didn't face themselves. This is the obstacle. Face yourself.
I have a difficult question for Fahad. Fahad, if you decide to settle down and find your better half, will you find someone who knows the handstand or just a normal person?
والله شوف, to be honest, to find someone to settle with.
Let me rephrase it. Let me rephrase it. On your wedding day, will you be doing the handstand?
Yes, I will do the handstand on my wedding day. In my wedding day, I will do the handstand.
Don't wear the wizard. Don't wear the wizard if you're going to do the handstand.
By then, I will have the skills, which I do, by the way. I managed to handstand with the wizard. It requires so much physics, the direction of the wind,
really,
the gravity.
Oh, and then you speak to the wizard. Hey, wizard, stay.
No, you don't speak to the wizard. You have to believe in science in this matter. Otherwise, you're going to flash the public trying to speak to the wizard. That's the most dangerous thing, is to flash the public.
It's gonna be
to know the wind direction.
It's gonna be PG-18 everywhere, man.
PG-18.
Now look at these two preachers. What are they talking about?
Now we're talking about safe landing. We're talking about safe landing and safe takeoff. Physics. Safe landing and safe takeoff.
Safe takeoff. Okay, I think we have from Ka'b al-Kharousi, that was our guest last week. The 5 prayers a day are a structure to remind us that we need to do all the good things in between, and that's a good way to make us focus. To make us focus on the 5 reports we need to analyze a day. That's another preacher.
Why is everybody preaching today?
Ka'b, are you preaching from your caravan?
MashaAllah. No, I think today, Hatim, this becomes 18 plus discussion. Khalas, we close that discussion. No more wizard discussion.
We're done.
Fahad, you're dealing with a lot with young people and shabab. Do people come across with you and they want to become like you? They want to become an ambassador for their ideas, not necessarily doing handstands, but to be because you are an ambassador for the idea that you believe in, and it's good to create more ambassadors in this area.
I mean, yeah, I've been always approached, really, to be honest, it's a great feeling to be approached with young people and to tell me that they want to do something similar or they want to do something impactful, and they find me inspiring. This is a very good feeling to me, because I feel like I'm really inspiring young people to be like me, maybe, but what I wanted to be even better than me. I believe my success is to see someone even coming better than me, with all the better ideas, even. Yes. Because what I'm doing is not based on a normal education. Is when to discover your life purpose and to discover your own life journey. This is something you don't learn it in school or a college or university. You know, this is definitely character building, and character building You need the circumstances, you need tools to unlock some potentials. And I'm very
Yes.
happy sometimes to see young people coming to me, and I mentor them somehow, or I help them to see where are their strength points. And I'll be like, I'm giving them a hint. But in that hint, I want them to discover themselves more and to work on themselves more, because if they didn't put work on themselves, they will not feel the value. And that's where the character, retaining character, will come in place. So, yeah.
Okay, a question from
MashaAllah.
Kaab again, by the way. Not sure if I missed this part. Where did it go? But what are the benefits of the handstand to the body?
Okay, the handstand, it will give you a strong forearm, strong wrist mobility, strong core, strong shoulders, and even strong glutes, and strong, better blood circulation, because when you're in inversion, your blood will come to your head up and down. However, it's not very recommended for people who have lower back pain or poor or bad blood circulation, because that's going to affect their heart problem. People who have lower back pain problems, they might suffer the spine. But in general, it's a very good movement, and it's actually a movement that can give you expression also of strength. When you do a handstand and you can hold it, it shows how strong a person is, because you're standing on your own weight on your hands. But the benefit is there.
Yes.
The other benefit as well, it will grow your body awareness. Basically, you're able to move your body in a different dimension, which is a great thing. You might think you don't need it. You might think you need it. It depends on what's your life purpose and what's your practice like. To me, it's a handstand because of my purpose. I like to do it, but also to me, it's something that brings the inner child out. You know, I feel like a child, like a kid when I do it, and it's a sense of freedom, and it's beautiful to me. But everyone have a different approach to it.
I want to add something, Fahad. And this is maybe something I had because I knew you from before by seeing your videos, scrolling down on the internet. And every time I see you, you do the handstand in every picture. And I was like, yeah, that's it. That's it. It's like, you have this thing in your brain. It doesn't have anything else but handstand. But knowing the purpose that you are into, I think that handstand is just a small picture of the bigger picture that you have, which is amazing, which is very inspiring. And I would say I respect you for that. I respect you for what you're doing, man.
Thank you. I mean, the handstand is a movement, but it's also an idea.
Yes.
I think the value of the idea is a purpose. Any idea. The value of any idea in your life is the purpose of the idea.
Very
And
true.
this is the most important thing. If you're gonna bring an idea, but if the movement as an idea that have no purpose, it become meaningless.
Yes.
So if you wanna.
Okay, I think
if you wanna.
Go ahead, Fahad.
Go ahead, Fahad.
Yeah, so I believe so. If you believe in any idea and it means something a lot to you, you have to create purpose for it. And that's will create meaning for you and for the others.
I think today it was very important to have you, Fahad, on the show, as a lot of people want to know exactly the philosophy behind the Fahad and the handstand. And today the picture is very clear. Thank you very much for being a wonderful guest on our show. We are very honored. We're very happy, and we're very, very, very proud of you. And we hope you continue inspiring other people in Oman and around the world. And we hope to see you having more achievements in this world, inshallah, and in the hereafter.
Inshallah.
Take care of yourself, Fahad, and
thank you.
Be safe and keep what you're doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Fahad. And you have honored our show, and hopefully this show is gonna go miles and miles, and the message will be spread all around, inshallah. And keep us posted what happens in Jordan and wherever you go.
I will.
Inshallah.
Thank you very much. Thank
Take
you very
care.
much.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Hatim, I
Hello.
think I'm not going to tell you to do this, but inshallah, you take care of yourself, get a nice treatment for your back. And then when things get well, inshallah, we'll see you out there.
Inshallah. Inshallah. I'm looking forward to it more than you. As soon as I get my back fixed, I'm back to handstands, inshallah.
Inshallah. And we got somebody here, Muntasir Az-Zajjali, says Chataway is the best. Thank you, man.
Shukran,
Thank you very
Muntasir.
much.
Shukran.
Thank you very much, man. That's what inspires us to go and move forward.
That's an honor. That's an honor.
But
Thank
then
you,
again,
Muntasir.
Muntasir has said, Ka'ab, what is the model of your caravan? Muntasir, please go back to last week's episode. Please. You will get all the answers.
Or call Cab. Call Cab.
Or call Ka'ab.
Yalla. Have a nice
All
day, Ali. Take care.
You too, Hatim.
And see you soon, inshallah.
Inshallah. Thank you very much. And please, to our viewers, like and share this episode. And if you have not subscribed, subscribe to Ummati Station and hit that indication button. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam.